Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Cutting Edge Action. Now, this is the first video that I'm shooting in 4K 60 FPS, so make sure you go ahead and select that option to get the best quality available, and that would also explain why it's taken me so long to get this video out. I'm going to be looking at getting a new processor and some more RAM soon, so hopefully I won't have that issue getting the video edited in the future. But anyway, this is going to be the Cutting Edge Action Top 5. And these are my 5 favorite knives that are currently in my collection. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so I want to mention real quick that this list is in no particular order, so I can't say that I love any of these knives more than any of the others. But anyway, the first one is the Boker Desert Warrior. Now basically the way this came about is somewhere along the chain, some designer ended up with an email that told them to design the Desert Warrior instead of the Desert Warrior. And I guess that designer was a real funny guy because we somehow ended up with this. Now this is the standard Boker Kalashnikov push-button automatic, but it's done up in the pink with the colored sprinkles. You've got different colors for each individual piece of the hardware, which is a really cool piece of attention to detail. And then you've got that crazy wild blue blade. Now this knife is really cool because non-knife people ask about it all the time, knife people ask about it all the time. They're hard to come by, they're pretty rare. It's a decent EDC, very practical knife, not too heavy. It's got a good, snappy, automatic action to it. And it just so happens to look like a donut. So this is a really cool knife, and I was glad when I was finally able to pick one of these up just last month. Okay, next up, we have the good old Benchmade 565 Mini Freak in carbon fiber. And this is a really cool knife. The steel is S90V. It's extremely razor sharp, an excellent EDC. Very nice axis action as we've come to expect from Benchmade. The blade centering on this one for me was alright, not the best. It's not perfectly centered, that much is for sure. And I think at this price point you should at least expect your blade to be centered, and mine was not. But still an excellent knife, extremely lightweight while still being extremely capable. It's a great looking knife with the red titanium accents and the thumb studs. And then you've just got carbon fiber everywhere else with a little bit of a steel liner to make sure that axis action is nice and buttery smooth. And oh boy is it. Even at the crazy $265 price point, I'm extremely happy with this knife. Alright, next up guys, we've got a knife that is already familiar on this channel. I've done a full video review of this knife, so if you'd like to go check it out, that link will of course be in the description, or you can go check it out on my channel. It'll be the only other video there, so that's pretty convenient. But basically, this Paragon Warlock is a crazy gravity-assisted knife with a very strange action that requires you to press both of these locking buttons at the same time, and then the knife can flick out gravity assisted. It's very cool. You can't get this action anywhere else. It's a great looking knife. People ask a lot of questions about it. They want to see it. They want to check it out. They want to understand how it works, and I can see why. Because the first time you see somebody do that action, you just go, what the heck? What just happened? So a very cool knife. It's moderately practical. Of course not very practical being a dagger. And of course the handles, like I said in my video review, are quite loose because of the way that action is manufactured, but still a great knife. One of my favorites in my collection for sure. Alright guys, next up, we have got the Kershaw Lucha butterfly knife. Now, I have been into butterfly knife tricks for a couple years now, seriously. I'm not very good yet, I'm decent. But the Kershaw Lucha, I would say, is the first real balisong or butterfly knife that I've bought. In the butterfly knife space, this is still considered a relatively inexpensive knife because you can spend easily north of $500 on a really high-end balisong. But the Kershaw Lucha is basically a butterfly knife that allows somebody to get into this hobby safely for around 120 bucks, and I think that's a pretty good deal. For your $120, you are getting a really nice knife with nicely machined aluminum handles and a very nice big sharp blade. When you're flipping this thing, it really does fly around. I don't have room to flip it in the studio, otherwise I'd be flipping it right now for you guys. But I'm sure I'll have some beauty shots up so you can see just exactly what this thing can do. Again, at the price point, I would say this is the best way to get into the balisong hobby. If you're not looking to get a trainer, or if you're looking to step up to your first real knife, this is a great place to start. It's very durable. It's heavy, like I said, so it can be a bit of a difficult knife to flip. But very cool, very well done. Hats off to Kershaw for being able to manufacture a knife of this quality at that $120. Okay guys, now last but certainly not least, we have got the Zero Tolerance 0460 Ti, and this is just an absolutely beautiful flipper, extremely well done, extremely well manufactured. It's my first knife from ZT, which is the same parent company as Kershaw, and all of ZT's knives I believe are made in the USA, which is kind of cool. So you've got titanium scales, nice solid pieces of titanium for your scales on either side. You've got a frame lock design, and then you've got a flipper tab on the very back of the blade that allows that knife to just fly open real easily. It took me a bit of breaking in when I first got it for the flipper tab to operate smoothly, but now it really does. And the same was true of the detent. The detent was extremely tight. It was fairly hard to close this knife. Now it's become just absolutely buttery smooth, and I can see why their name is Zero Tolerance. They have really earned that name, and this might just be the sharpest knife I own. It's extremely sharp, extremely slicey. This thing just absolutely eviscerates cardboard so quickly. It makes light work of cardboard, drywall, whatever you can really throw at it. It's a fantastic knife. I've carried it a bunch since I got it, and I would absolutely recommend this to anybody looking to get a high-end EDC. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video here. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see some of my collection. I'll be showing off more of it in the future for sure, and doing more individual knife reviews. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and get subscribed if you're not subbed already. This has been Cutting Edge Action.